Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So this is my 6-foot 84-gallon community display tank. And I didn't think I was going to show this tank until I completed some of the maintenance that I had planned for it. The last video I showed of this tank, I talked about it, that was over a week ago now. I mentioned I need to, with my next water change, I was going to scrape the front of the glass, the algae. I was going to fix some of the plants that got uprooted and make some adjustments there. I was going to release the emerald green corridors from this breeder box. The babies, or the fry that are, some of them are pretty big now. And I was also going to, well, with the water change, I was going to clean up the filter or the intake sponge here on this filter, but I was also going to add another hang-on back filter. And in my quarantine tank, there are some fish that are ready to be moved from quarantine into this tank. So I'm going to do all that. I haven't because other things going on. If you didn't know, aside from being a fish fool, I am also a sucker for kitties, and I am fostering kittens. I just recently got some new foster kittens, and along with the adult cat that I was fostering to adopt. Things going on with that. If that might interest you in any way, I do have another YouTube channel called Straight Up Tail Kitties, if you want to check out some kittens. But yeah, so that's occupied a lot of my time, so I put off tending to this tank, but now still without, I didn't want to show it next until I did all that, but something else is happening, a new development. So, I mean, I haven't really been watching the tanks, but I did notice the Kribensis in action. That's the, well, I just went behind the male. I'm sure it'll come back around. Yeah, there it is. The male Kribensis right there. So I did notice, and there's the female, just came up. From across the room, I did notice the male was just chasing other fish with a real kind of approach of like, get the hell out of here. So, figured something was up. I mean, even looks like a deeper red. So, looking in here, there's Kribensis eggs. Finally, I've been waiting for it. I figured they were ready for a while. I mean, going back months, they used to have a ditch, like a cave den dug out over here underneath this dragonstone, and that's where I thought they were getting ready. And for whatever happened, either they abandoned it or it collapsed or what, I don't know, but that ditch is all filled in. And then they started digging this one up. I would see the male, you can still see some of the pieces of gravel just like dropped right there. I'd see him coming up out of there and with a rock in its mouth and just dropping it. So this was kind of perfect. Yeah, so there's a little ditch right there on this dragonstone, and kind of on the other side of this piney wood, but they finally laid eggs in here. So I've been waiting for it. I've been looking forward to them spawning. So one thing that I'm thinking of is, now that the weather is getting warmer, I don't have a heater on this tank, so I've just kept this in really all my tanks room temperature. So through the winter months, it was maybe 70 or even slightly below that, and maybe they just weren't ready to breed with low temperatures. Now that it's warmed up, now it's, here in southern Nevada, we're in the last couple days mid to upper 90s, and now the room temperature is 78. So that might be the difference of getting them to spawn. So yeah, so now they are guarding the eggs, and it's going to be a challenge for them fending off all these fish in this tank. But I wanted to try this Kribensis in a community tank and see how it goes. I mean, it's a big tank, but still a lot of fish in it, and yeah, see how well they do as parents. So I'm looking forward to seeing some baby Kribensis. But yeah, just seeing the eggs, pretty awesome. Just guarding the area. I mean, just all these schooling fish going by, and all these corridors just scurrying along the bottom, and then there's going to be even more when I release the group that's in here. And then yeah, I still have to add a few more fish that are in quarantine to this tank. Yeah, so just watching them, seeing the eggs kind of jiggle. I don't know if that's because they're getting close to hatching, or if it's just from the current is like shaking them. I don't know. I don't know how long ago they laid those eggs, because this whole weekend I was involved with cat stuff, tending to the kitties, and haven't really watched. So yeah, but that is pretty awesome. See how it goes, how many are going to be able to be raised in a quarantine tank like this. So I may eventually try to spawn some in another tank, but yeah, just going forward here in this 6-foot tank. Alright, so should be very soon to see some Kribensis fry. And, all the other changes and adjustments that are going to be made for this 6-foot tank. So that's what's coming up, so stay tuned for that. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.